Hello, this is James. I got a little tired of the hazy grind, always the Sphinx and the Cerberus and the Periton, and I wanted to try something different. So I went fooling around in the harem. I went sniffing around my Amazoness cards. Nope. Amazoness deck. Trying it out for the KC Cup. We're using 3 Amazoness Swordswoman, bounces the damage back at the opponent. 2 Amazoness Sage. If she makes a successful attack, you can destroy a spell trap that your opponent controls. 2 Amazoness Fighter. She's kind of the lame version of the Amazoness Swordswoman, but protecting your life points is important. And now that we have the magnifying glass, we can see this nice bondage setup that she's got going on. I like what you're about, Kazuki Takahashi. Also, if you wanna delve a little bit deeper into the bondage bent, Google this card, the uncensored version of Masked Beast Desgardius, and then look at this region that I'm indicating here. The 2 words I'll say about it are instant backstory. And 3 of Amazoness Baby Tiger. Instead of 1 big gross Raja, we're gonna have 3 little cute ones. And this guy, when an Amazoness monster is normal or special summoned, so that's either you normal summon them on your turn, or you special summon them with Amazoness Onslaught, this guy pops out of the hand or the grave, and that, until we get the Amazoness field spell, that's what's going to keep our Amazoness swarm going. Amazoness Heirloom. Equip only to an Amazoness monster. Once per turn, monster cannot be destroyed by battle, and then if that Amazoness attacks, the opposing monster is itself destroyed. We have another lady that likes to get into trouble, which is Forbidden Chalice. We negate Sylvan effects. And, of course, 3 of the beauteous Amazoness Onslaught. Once per turn during the battle phase, special summon 1 Amazoness monster from your hand. If you do, it gains 500 attack. And then it banishes monsters that come into physical contact. So that means damage step with your Amazoness monsters. And of course, we're having 3 of our Ultimate Providence also to nuke the Sylvans and also the Hazy Flame Peritons. You want to make sure that that's done. But also, because we have a lot of traps here. Oh, and 1 Vision Hero Witch Raider. This is not a core card. It's been a while since I've got a good Prisma ultra rare. I think the last one was Super Rush. That's not an ultra rare, but it is a good card. So I like to show her around. So this easily replaced with a 3rd Amazoness Fighter, and in fact, I think that would be stronger because we have all of these Amazoness specific effects. So Ultimate Providence, it can be used to step on Peritons. Sylvans, invaluable. Screech, you don't want them to get that whale. And it's flexible. It's not just monster effects, it's spells or traps, as long as you can discard that type of card. So if you have your extra onslaughts and you need to step on a sea stealth, then Ultimate Providence can take care of that, because whale's the main threat. So aliens, I don't see aliens so much anymore, but aliens are going to run into the Amazoness Swordswoman, and the opponent's going to take a bunch of damage. Cyber Angels get banished, Archfiends get banished, Sylvans, we have Divine Providence, yeah, Gear Gears get destroyed / banished, but you definitely want to step on the whale from the Screech or the Sea Stealth with Ultimate Providence, because once that board gets established, you can't really do anything about it, because your big beautiful ladies can't make physical contact, can't make damage step babies with the Sea Stealth for the banish effect to occur. And then one other thing about Amazoness Onslaught is if you special summon an Amazoness monster, it gains 500 attack. Now that's not a lot, but you definitely want to keep track of that, because that can be your lethal damage. If you already have, say, 500 damage on the opponent, and then so they have 3,500 life points remaining, and then you can get another 1,500, so that's 2,000. You don't want to just normal summon your other 1,500 attack point monster. You want to wait until the battle step and then special summon her so that she has 2,000 attack and can do that lethal damage. You don't want to pass up free damage if you have the opportunity. All right, let's see some replays. Yeah. And I want to use Amazoness Scouts, but they're just not good enough to be a one card. Space is pretty tight. They would be replacing baby tigers, and baby tigers are invaluable. But they're just so cute. Look at them. Look at them attack that dog shape. Okay, so we're going first. And this is Seto Kaiba, and this is just a very simple replay. I'm just showing the importance of the damage calculation. Of the extra damage from Amazoness Onslaught. So, Tensu gets the Coyote. We're going to step on that Paraton with Ultimate Providence. We're going to discard, so ideally we discard the Baby Tiger, because Baby Tiger is free fodder. He can be popped out of the grave if we have another Amazoness monster. And we're going to activate Amazoness Onslaught. We're going to special summon, okay? So this is the perfect combo. We got 1,500 into 2,000 off of Amazoness Warrior, and then Baby Tiger just gives us that little extra 500. It adds up. So that was quick, but it's just an object lesson in keeping track of every little 500 damage. Alright, so here's Bandit Keith on Bandit Keith, and I really want to use my Valentine for my Amazonesses, but I don't have Restart on her yet, and I do have Restart on Bandit Keith, and Bandit Keith still has some level up room, but I feel so bad giving them over to the greasy American. Alright, so we're going second. And we draw, okay, we draw pretty good, so we're not going to restart this. The best you can hope for, so unless you're using a Destroy deck, and you don't want your like Blaze Accelerator in your hand and you're reshuffling that, the best you can hope for is really like 4 different cards. If you have 4 different cards, just don't restart. That's, you know, probably a pretty good hand. You never know what you might need. So we're playing against water here, and we're going to set Providence and Onslaught, and our Amazoness Warrior. Warrior is going, so we're going to protect our life points with our 2 buff BDSM ladies, and we even get to special summon another. We get our Amazoness Sage out, because he was going to attack, and then we get Amazoness Onslaught, and then we get out our Amazoness Fighter, but then he doesn't want to banish his monsters. He's trying to wait on his Sea Stealth, and that gives us our opening, and then Sage, so we lose our 2 Amazoness Warriors, and then Sage attacks, and we get to take out the Legendary Ocean. So clear his board, we're in a strong position. He's going to go Warrior of Atlantis, so I know that this is not a Sea Stealth, because if it was, he wouldn't have dumped his Warrior of Atlantis. He would have just activated Sea Stealth and then gotten his Legendary Ocean. But then he also wanted to do the thing with Legendary Fisherman. And it's not when he goes to the grave, it's when... wait, let me see this. When it leaves the field. When it leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you get the Whale. So he kills the Sage, and then we get our Baby Tiger. Get 800 damage because he gets boosted by 300 for the 3 Amazoness cards in the graveyard, and that includes the Amazoness traps. He doesn't draw one of his level 5s. There's the Sea Stealth. We're going to step on that with our Ultimate Providence. And he still doesn't get his level 5. We're going to go for a little more damage. But he is going to enemy controller our monster. And then now I'm thinking, oh god, is that a Screech? And, okay, so here's our Heirloom. And he's going to enemy controller again. He's going to enemy controller the Amazoness Sage. It is another legendary fisherman. And we do take the damage, but Onslaught gets the banish. So that's a good trade. And he scoops, I guess, because he didn't draw any more monsters. So that's the key to winning the Sea Stealth matchup with Amazonesses. You need to step on Sea Stealth and also Screech early. Against Janderson, this is a YuGiOh. Whenever I see YuGiOh, now whenever I see anybody that's not like a Kaiba or a the characters that have decks associated with them strongly. So like Kaiba gets beatdown hazing, he has beatdown, and Crowler is ancient gears, and Bandit Keith is always the destroy effects because he's a rootin' tootin' American. And then anybody that just gets randomly restart this skill, like YuGiOh and Jesse Anderson, I think it's Sylvans. Okay, but it's not Sylvans, it's water again. There's the Screech, and there's the step on to that slug. We're going to discard our Amazoness Swordswoman. And then he's going to normal summon the Hammer Shark. And then he's going to get out his fodder, so he's definitely looking for the whale. But Onslaught's going to give us the banish. And then here we're going to tribute... Okay, so I said that Witch Raider is not necessary, but it is cool to have her. Vision Hero Witch Raider, we're going to tribute our Providence and our Onslaught, and she's going to destroy everything, and he did not have his Sea Stealth. He was bluffing. He had a tribute to the Doomed. And then Fishboard pops, and then he gets a full board, and then I'm thinking, oh no, oh god, it's Golden Flying Fish from the Beautiful, but it's just another Hammer Shark, and he's trying to protect his life points. So we're going to get damage, we're going to clear the tribute fodder, there's no way he can get Whale out. He messes up the Fishboard, gets a Sea Stealth, kills my Swordswoman, and now I'm just hoping, please do not have an enemy controller, because I don't want to get killed by my own Witch Raider. And that's not what happens. Down to 100 life points. Gets his Hammer Shark. Yeah, gets this Hammer Shark from the banish. Here's our Baby Tiger. And there is our Amazoness Heirloom. So this is looking really good. Even if he draws like a whale, we're going to get our 2 destroys. But he instead banishes the monster because my man is not reading Amazoness Heirloom. So Amazoness Heirloom, even though Baby Tiger's weaker than Abyss Soldier, he still gets to destroy, and Pretty Lady gets to finish the game. That should be Prisma. Come on. I want the full Prisma that I didn't pay for. Okay, so here's another match. Playing against Seto Kaiba. 0. Is it the 0? No, probably not. We're going second. And it's Sylvans, and he goes ahead and gets the Martial Leaf to try and get some Rose Lovers in the graveyard, and he is successful. So we set our Ultimate Providence and our Forbidden Chalice, because I don't want to lose my Swordswoman to an attack. But Dark Core banishes my monster, and what does he discard? He discards, yeah, one of his martial leaves, but I guess that's not super useful. So we're going to go Forbidden Chalice, and that's going to get Ultimate Providence. So I was trying to make my big beefy fighter, oh, not warrior, fighter. Fighter bigger than Martial Leaf, but he prevents that, and both monsters are destroyed. But that's actually great for me, because now he has 1 card, and I have, well, I'm gonna have 4 cards. And I still have my Ultimate Providence. So we're going to Amazoness Swordswoman. We're going to give her Destroy Artifact. Komushumo is going to get destroyed, even though its defense is higher. And we're going to nix the effect with Ultimate Providence. I know it's sacrilege to sack the Witch Raider, but she's part of a team. Okay, so Worst Nightmare. Rose Lover into a high-level monster. And he's only able to get two excavations, because Lotus Swain excavates the number of cards that the opponent I control, so that's 2. But he doesn't get any Martial Leaves, which we already saw at least 2 of the Martial Leaves. And so we're going to set our Onslaught, and that Lotus Swain is done. Like, so he was fishing for his 3rd Martial Leaf, which was a little desperate. But he knew as soon as he played that if he didn't get it, that Martial Leaf was done because of Amazoness Heirloom, and he gets 800 damage for his trouble. So we're going to go Onslaught into this probably Magical Merchant. Nope, it's a Rose Lover. And fantastic, because this Rose Lover is going to get banished and be useless. I love it. And so he doesn't draw anything. And we get our final 2 attacks for lethal damage. That's what it's like to fight against the Intercontinental Dueling Champion. Okay, last replay versus Maximilian Pegasus. This one's more just fun, because Toons. You never see Toons anymore. They were a terror months and months ago. And now they're just kind of like an odd curiosity, a museum piece that people keep on dragging out. And we're gonna have a look at Toons just as soon as he plays Toon Kingdom. All right, so we set our Baby Tiger, because Baby Tiger can be popped from the grave. We get our Onslaught, and we get our 2nd Onslaught, because I don't know that it's Toons at this point. So our initial hand was Witch Raider. Come on, Prisma. 2 Heirlooms and a Swordswoman. And I was hoping for something for a better hand. And instead I got like a slightly worse hand. But at least I got my Onslaughts. Which is actually gonna be great. So he's gonna keep calling this Land Rover. Pathfinder. Planet Pathfinder is going to give him his Toon Kingdom, and let's read Toon Kingdom. When this card is activated, banish 3 cards from the top of your deck face down. This card's name becomes Toon World while in the field zone. Your opponent cannot target Toon monsters you control with card effects. If a Toon monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 1 top blah 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 blah. Amazoness Onslaught doesn't care about that. It doesn't banish, it doesn't destroy. I mean, it does banish. It doesn't destroy or target. So he's going to special summon his Cartoon Mermaid and his 2nd Cartoon Mermaid, and he's going to get his Skull. Now, the only question is, do we have enough life points to get rid of all of his monsters? Enemy Controller, so that he would have taken 1,000 damage off of that. But we're going to hold our Baby Tiger in reserve. Remember, Toons can't attack the turn that they're summoned. So we're going to take 1,500, but we're going to get rid of the summoned skull. We're going to take 900, we're going to get rid of the mermaid. That's really the only play that why alien counters? It's really the only play that he can make, is to put that useless token on the Toon Kingdom. And see here, you make sure that you use the effect of Amazoness Onslaught because it gives you that 500 boost, and that wins games. We don't want to wait for him to get another mermaid because I don't think we can afford the life points. So that's a deck for Amazoness for the KC Cup Stage 1. I still haven't pushed through the level 20 just yet, but it is holding steady. Thank you for watching.